I grew up with a growth deficiency.
Okay.
So this is why I'm small, right? And then I have a beard because I took testosterone and steroids and shots until the day I was like 13. And then after that, they just said I wasn't gonna grow anymore. So that was going on through my life. And then I was a little kid, so just growing up and stuff, and you seeing like you have that deficiency or whatever. And I was also going through a tough time just with girls. So that's always tough when you're a youngster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I came to this point where I was like, okay, I just want to I just want to be able to talk to somebody about the stuff that I'm going through, because I thought I was going through, a pretty hard time. So I bought a journal, and this journal had 70 pages on it, right? Just like a normal spinal journal. I wrote in that spinal journal every day for 70 days until I finished up that entire journal. And at the time, I only had one friend, like one best friend that I talked to, that I just loved having and just kind of, hanging out and stuff.
What did you write in the journal?
I wrote my daily experiences. So I wrote why I was upset with life, why I hated myself, that I hated the fact that like I had a deep voice at a young age. I hated that I had sideburns before everybody else. I hated that people would make fun of me at school because I was hairy. So even right now, like I'm getting, I don't hate it anymore because I have the money to get laser removal. So I'm getting laser removal on everything, like the neck, the arms, the chest, like everything. That's because of the experience that I had, when I was a young kid. So I wrote in that journal, and at the end of it, I was super happy. Like I finished it up, right? But all of it was filled with like depressing thoughts, which isn't good for anybody. But I wanted to show my best friend at the time. So we were at a warehouse, and I came to him and I was like, hey dude, like I finished my journal, would love for you to read it. And at this time, like, I'm a young kid, so he said in a very innocent way, he was like, no dude, I really don't feel like it, just as a kid. But to me, that crushed me. Because if I'm going through like this phase in my life where I feel like nobody's caring for me, nobody loves me, and I'm writing all of my thoughts and deep fears and stuff like that into a journal, and I want to share this journal, my prized possession, to my best friend, and he doesn't want to read it, then to me I feel like, wow, like this is the ultimate form of like, no one does care about me. Like I'm going through this alone, and I will always go through this alone. So because of that, when I was there with him, I ripped up the pages, page by page, and like tear that whole thing. I was crying and sobbing. I threw that in the garbage, and then he could tell, like he's like, oh crap, like I'm super sorry, like don't do this, all that type of stuff. But after that day, I really just kind of made a decision, like I'm just not going to talk to anybody about my problems.